In this video, we will talk about how to use the Jack Henry Digital Toolkit to build back-office user support tools. But first, let's start by answering the question, what is the Banno Backoffice? The Banno Backoffice is a suite of tools that make it easy to manage all aspects of a financial institution, all bundled into one user interface. Think of the backoffice as your interface to manage all things from institutional configuration to user settings. There are three main components to the Banno Backoffice we will cover today: Banno People, Banno Marketing, and Banno Reports. Banno People is where you can manage all aspects of user accounts, everything from account lookup to managing permission for specific users. You can view accounts and history for users. You also have the ability to perform actions such as password reset and unlocking accounts. This is the feature we will be demonstrating using the digital toolkit. Banno Marketing allows you to manage any sort of ad campaigns within a financial institution. You can manage campaigns, templates, and individual ads. You can also access statistics about the ads that have been served to users. Banno Marketing provides insights on things like impression and click-through data. Banno Reports allows you to retrieve reporting data about your financial institution. Reports can provide a wide array of data about your users and financial institution. Reports offer concise snapshots that answer questions such as, how and when are end users engaging with our financial institution online? The Banno Backoffice is great because you can manage all aspects of your users' accounts and financial institution. But using the provided interface requires additional training and access to yet another tool for your staff. Here's the good news: we also have an API. Another way to access the Banno Backoffice features is to use the Banno Admin API. Simply put, the Admin API allows you to programmatically access back-office features so that you can integrate them into your existing tooling. As an example, if you use a CRM to manage customer support requests, or have any custom applications you already use to manage your financial institution, you can leverage the features of the Banno Backoffice in those tools. As long as your existing applications allow for building custom code integrations, you can utilize the Admin API. Let's take a quick step back to explain how the Admin API works on a technical level. The Admin API is a modern REST API, meaning that you're able to use it in most existing development environments. By nature, a REST API only relies on making simple network requests. It does not require any specific programming language. Use whatever you're comfortable with. The Admin API uses a modern OAuth authentication flow. First, you will create an external application which is used to request an access token. There is also a concept of an associated user for each external application. The associated user acts as a back-office administrator at the financial institution. Using the principle of least privilege is encouraged, meaning that associated users should only have the minimum level of permissions necessary for your external application to function correctly. Now, let's walk through a practical use case using the Banno Admin API. This example will explain how you could use the Admin API to streamline your existing processes for servicing support calls. Let's say you have a user whose account has been locked due to too many login attempts. It's likely that they've forgotten their password. The user calls the support phone number and explains the situation. Then the support agent verifies the user's identity by asking various questions. Once satisfied and verified, the agent looks up their account using their email address and then unlocks it, as well as initiating a password reset on the user's behalf. We will walk through how to use the Admin API to accomplish this. The first step is looking up the user. The Admin API has an endpoint for consumer user search, which is directly scoped to the institution using the institution ID in the request URL. The endpoint also accepts a query parameter where you can provide the user's email. Users are searchable by first name, last name, NetTeller ID, email, preferred name, or their username. The response of the GET request to the consumer user search endpoint is an array of matching users based on the input query. Depending on how broad or specific the search is, you may get one or more users that match the query. Since we are searching by email, There should only be one result in the user's array. Each user record will have many user attributes available. You will have access to things like first name, last seen, and many others, but the primary data element that we will focus on is the user ID. For this example, we will capture and store the user ID so that we can use it for other API requests later on. Now that we have the user ID, we can send an additional request to get the status of the user. In this case, status is referring to whether or not the user is locked. Using the Banno Admin API, we will use the consumer status endpoint to look up the status for a specific user ID. These endpoints allow for getting the status of a user, as well as unlocking them. In the request URL, we will directly provide the user ID that we previously captured. The response of the user status request is a JSON object with the current status of the user. In this case, it is locked. Now that we've verified the user's identity, looked up their user ID, and verified that the user is locked, we need to unlock the user. We'll use the consumer status locked endpoint, and we'll send the request as a put request. Just like before, we are providing the user ID in the request URL. We'll also set the lock state to false in the request body. The final step in this scenario is for the support agent to initialize the password reset process. To initialize the password reset flow, we'll send a POST request to the user password reset endpoint. In the request URL, we will provide both the institution ID and the user ID. We will also specify email as the password reset method in the request body. The email method will send the password reset instructions to the user's email address. If the request is successful, the response will simply be an empty JSON object. At this point, the support agent has successfully unlocked the user and helped the user recover access. To wrap things up, there are two main takeaways in this video. Hopefully you now have a better understanding of the Banno backoffice and how it allows you to manage many aspects of your financial institution. You should also have a better understanding of the Banno Admin API and how it allows you to leverage the features of the backoffice tools in your own applications, allowing you to streamline some processes. As next steps, please visit jackhenry.dev for full documentation for the Admin API.